Flosstube, Ashley here, Boogie Stitcher on YouTube, Shleezum_Boogie Stitcher on Instagram, coming to you guys with a normal Flosstube update. Yeah, it hasn't been that long since I did an update, and I was getting everything out that I stitched on, and I was like, wow, I stitched on a lot in just a couple of weeks. So I decided to do a video, so that way it's not too overwhelming in months' time. Yeah, get rid of some of the stitching stuff, and to go ahead and show you all what I've been doing. So let's dive right in. Probably a longer video, although I don't want it to be super long, so we'll just see. So first things first, we have a new start. We are doing a long dog Sal. By we, I mean Abby, Sally, and myself. I will go ahead and insert a picture of what I've chosen right here. So I chose Life After Death. I love it. I love everything about it. I loved picking the floss. I loved picking the fabric. I loved picking everything about it. So I will show you what I've done so far. Ta-da! Look at that! And I'm glad that the camera's actually picking up the colors, because every time I take a picture of this, it's like not the colors. But this is what I have chosen. I'm really loving this, and I'm loving the floss. So I'm filming, so here comes the teeny. The floss I've chosen is Sulky. It's my very first project using Sulky. And I'm using, let's see, this is 12 weight blendables. And of course they don't tell me what the actual name of it is. I'll go ahead and insert the name of it up here for you. But here is like the number 4038. So there's that. Again, I'll insert the name of it. I think it's like Woodland or Wood something. But I got this inspiration by looking at a picture that I created, or a pattern that I created based off of like an English library. So I'll insert that inspiration picture right here. So yeah, I love that picture and created a pattern of it. And I haven't started the pattern, but I then saw these colors and I was like, yes, I need this, including the teals. So yeah, super pretty. We got browns, tans, teals, and reds. So it's perfect for that. Next up, we have another new start, because it wouldn't be me if we didn't start on a bazillion things. My WIP parade is going to be insane this year. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I will go ahead and insert the picture of the pattern right here. So Abby is stitching this currently, and I was like, you know, I'll stitch this with you. So I started it, and I have not gotten very far, but I did want to get it started. So here is the whole thing. This is a piece of like pinkish purple fabric that I did myself. The fabrics aren't showing 100% true. It is a little bit more like darker vibrant than this, but here is the start that I've gotten so far. I love how the leaves are turning out. It's looking really good. Yeah, definitely need more on it though. And this is stitched on 18 count Aida, and I am doing full cross, so we're doing 2/1 full cross. Where'd my bag go? There we go. So I will be doing a no new starts for the beginning of next year, all the way through July. I think I mentioned that last video, but I'm honestly debating on stretching that to further than July, possibly doing, I don't know, the end of the year, and maybe just after July only starting one thing per month. I'm still thinking about it. For sure July, but I think I might need to do a little bit more, just because I have way too many WIPs. I mean, let's get real. Way too many. Anytime I want to stitch on something, I go to look for something, I can't find it. I just have totes stored under my bed. I have a filing cabinet, and I have a couple of drawers that I have all of my cross stitch stuff in. Wow, that came out really bad. Cross stitch stuff in, and I just can't find anything, and I want to see progress, but I like starting new things. It just feels nice to start new things, and I see all the pretty patterns. And anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, all the things. But while we are talking about long dog, let's go ahead and show you my fish and chips. It's fish and chips, but I call it fish and chips because it makes me think of food. Here is where I've gotten to so far. So I haven't finished the whale, but I'm starting to work on the stretchy part of the whale's like mouth, the neck area. Right here, you can see the birds popping up. And I did a little bit more of the border, but I realized that this actually needs to be up one more. So I have to rip out this whole border right here, which is kind of sad, but at least it's only straight lines and it's not like anything crazy. But here is the whole thing. I do think I'm either going to backstitch this bird or like the top part of it, or change the color, just because the white's so hard to see on this one. I don't know, it's really hard for me, at least personally, to see from it far away, or at least tell what it is. So I might backstitch it. I haven't decided yet. Oh, and this is Abby's needle minder from Project Stitchcraft. Okay, next up is definitely one of my oldest WIPs. So I have several Hades, and I want to be stitching on Hades right now. It's almost to the point where I feel like at night I might be able to start stitching them again, but I've just been so tired. But that's another story. So yeah, I've really been craving the Heaven Earth Designs patterns. I want to start stitching them again. I recently switched up my floss storage per talking about that last video, but I have yet to go through and start re-kitting all of my Hades back up. And I don't feel like stitching anything that's not kitted up. So I think I just need to spend some time and kit up a couple of the Hades that I've been craving. I might do that today. I don't know, we'll see. But last night I stitched on Mini Beloved, which is one of my oldest Hades. So here he is in his glory. We are stitching this 28 count 2 over 110 stitch. I did start this as full cross and switched it to tent. I filled in some stitches on his chin and did some background stitches for this. This is also a needle minder by Project Stitchcraft, Abby's Etsy shop, or you can find her Abby and Stitches on Instagram. I did about 300 stitches on him last night. Yeah, I wanted to stop sooner than that, but I was like, no, I need to get progress on him, and I might continue stitching on him just because he's already kitted up. He only has like 15 colors or something, and he's looking so good. So I might continue stitching on his face. I haven't decided. And I'm going to go crack the door. So one sec. Okay, let's see if we can make it through this video without my battery dying or running out of storage. So let's just go. Keep going, keep going. I just don't think I'm gonna put everything away back in the bag. Okay. So I will talk about this later in the video, but I recently finally started my Harry Potter tattoo. I will be tattooing my complete arm all the way up to my wrist, so that way if I end up working again, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but if I end up working again, I can cover it up. I'll show that later in the video, but because I did that, I of course had to stitch on something Harry Potter. And so I got out the mirror. So I'll insert the picture of that right here. I forgot that some of the newer patterns that I have, I don't have printed pictures of yet. But I haven't gone very far on him. I stitched about 150 stitches on him. Nothing too crazy, but of course I had to commemorate the moment. Okay, next up. Next up, my son wanted me to stitch on something for him. So I was like, okay, well, what do you want me to stitch on? He wanted me to stitch on Bowser, but it was in the room and baby was sleeping. So I was like, let's stitch on this. What do you think? And he was like, yes. So of course he sat in my lap and helped me stitch a little. Here is the whole thing. Here is the pattern picture. And yeah, here's the whole thing. I did all this at a different time, but when I brought this back out, I started stitching on the cat. So all these like blue and purple stitches is what I did. Really hard to see because it's a stamped. So I stitched right here. Didn't get very far because of course, anytime I go to sit down and stitch, I just don't get a ton of time unless I stay up late and I just haven't been able to. But that's what I did. So there's that one. Next up, we have a new start. So I purchased this kit a little bit ago. Of course, when you purchase a kit from AliExpress, it doesn't come kitted up, which is kind of frustrating. And I like to have things kitted up or I don't want to stitch on it. So what I did is I finally kitted it up on one of my floss cards that my husband made for me. So I finally kitted up all of the threads, which the colors are just to die for. And of course they look so good on the floss card. But I didn't get very far on this pattern, just like I said, I go to sit down and stitch, get distracted, and then either forget that I'm stitching on it or move on. But this is what I've gotten so far. And I'll show the whole thing really fast because I don't think I have. Here's the whole thing. So again, in comparison, this is not very far at all. And you can hear all the kids in the background. Okay, next up we have almost an oldie. Not quite there yet, but it is definitely getting there. This is a style that I am stitching with Shelly Lewis, the stitching colorist Shelly Lewis. She is stitching the blue, I am stitching the pink and purple, and then we will swap as soon as we're both done. So this one hadn't been worked on in a while, and I definitely was like needing to stitch on it. So I grabbed it. And here is the whole thing. So I worked a little bit on her under her eye right here, and I'm just working everything down. So I did stitch this black down some more, and just started filling in some of the hanging threads that I had right here. So not a ton done, but I definitely got a fair bit done on her, and I think I might keep her out and work on her a little bit more in a little bit. There's that. Okay, next up we have a new start. This is a recent unboxing that I did. And this is a custom created kit that I had created on Fansels. Nikki, the thread maiden, she sent me over this picture that she found on AliExpress. We both loved it, so I decided to have it created as a custom kit. And it just has like a Hogwarts feel to it. And then of course it's got the porcelain cup, which I love, coffee or tea, whichever you prefer. And then it's just, yeah, I love this pattern. So I got that out and I decided to start kind of on the corner of the building. So I'm kind of like right in the middle of the pattern. I haven't gotten a ton done, but this is fairly new, so yeah, and I'm just filling all this in. There's a lot of missing stitches still. That's why you're seeing red. But this is like the corner, the top portion of the roof. That's what I'm trying to say. Jeez. And so it just comes down here and then it turns into like all the windows and stuff. So I just want to start here and work the building down. So there is that one. Here is another recent unboxing. This one is the watercolor dragon sitting on books. So here is the picture It's a terrible picture, but you can watch the unboxing video if you want to see like the bigger picture. Not a ton done on this, but I did at least get it started, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. I just started this like just 2 days ago. So just started to fill out. Of course you had to start with the dragon's face. So I got the horns done, the front horns. So that is the color, and then I'm just like working my way, picking a symbol, stitching it through the face, and then parking it. That's why I have a ton of parked threads. And of course you can't tell what it looks like, so that's what I've done. So my daughter really loves this one, and I do too. I'm a huge dragon fan, and of course watercolors and books. So you combine all three of those together, and I'm just like, oh. Okay, next up, I can't remember if I showed this on my last video, so I'm gonna show it now just in case. I did get this witch owl started. Super cute. I did show this. Yep, just kidding. I haven't stitched on this, but it is really cute. I now remember that I talked about it in my last video, so I haven't stitched any more on that one, so just kidding. Okay, I did, however, start the Christmas gnomes. So I did get these guys started. They're so cute, but I am not liking the floss drops at all. They're starting to get messy. I really need to get some binder clips and try that out. So I didn't get very far because I was getting frustrated with the drops, but here is the start. See, not very much at all. That's what happens when I get frustrated or irritated that I have to like go digging for something. But yes, this one is going to be stitched on more. I just need to go like to the dollar store and see if I can find some binder clips. I think the dollar store would have some, I would hope. Next up, I haven't started this kit. So this was a gift sent over from Nikki, which is the thread maiden on Instagram. So she sent this kit over to me, which is so funny because I have her in my like wish list on AliExpress, but I just haven't been on AliExpress in a really long time. So she sent this kit over to me, and I'm gonna be getting her started here soon because she is just glorious. And she also sent me some needle minders. So, which I'm so excited about, as you will see in just a minute why. Let me unclip them from the pattern here. So, here is, there we go. I think I actually talked about this last time, did I? Maybe I did, I can't remember. Anyway, here is one of the clips or needle minders, and then here is Ravenclaw, just in case I didn't talk about this, because now I can't remember. Ravenclaw, and then there's also a Snowflake, which I will show in a minute because it's on another project. So yeah, thank you, Nikki. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Yes, and I have some more Harry Potter starts in the works. So yeah, those will definitely go on there. And then I think I'm gonna put a Ravenclaw on the Ravenclaw pattern. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Okay, next up we have a new start. This is also another Sal. I will go ahead and insert the picture of this one right here. Super cute. Yeah, I had a really hard time trying to pick fabric for this. So I almost did like a different hand-dyed fabric that I did. That's a little bit more like noticeably vibrant colors and marbling. But I decided not to because it was taking away from some of the pattern. You couldn't see the border, and that was really starting to bug me. So, and here's the other clip, needle minder that she sent over to me and made. Isn't that just so cute? It's like a snowflake. Here we go. Come on, focus, focus, focus. There we go. Pretty. Which is just perfect for this pattern. So, so yeah, this is the start that I've done. As soon as the light decides to fix itself. There we go. So, recently just started this one, I think last weekend. Looking super good, not too much started. This will be the whole size of it, so this is a fairly small one in my standards, but looking really good so far. Let's see. I like have a pile like around me, so I know if I like showed everything. Okay, it looks like the last one to show cross-stitching wise is going to be Mayari, Deity of the Moon. And so this is a Bella Filipina. This is my second Bella Filipina. I have a Bellatrix as well, but I had to get this one and get this series started. I can't remember why I started working on this, but I saw someone working on theirs and I was like, I have to do mine now. So, and I am missing some of the Krennic, which is frustrating, and I didn't get any of the beads yet. Some of the Krennic was out of stock when I ordered this, and so I like purchased them, but they're out of stock and we can't get them in, so they refunded me. So I have to skip some of the stitches, which is frustrating, but I do need to go searching for those colors. So here is the whole thing. I just love this fabric. I dyed this myself. This is 28 count even weave, and it's gonna look so good when she's done. But so I got major progress, at least for me, done on her. Last time I showed her, she was just kind of looking down, no face whatsoever. I finished the front part of her face, finished the back stitching on her eye, her eyebrow, her nose, and stitched in some of like the flowers in her hair, and she just looks so good. I was a little bit worried about this one because of the face. Without back stitching it, it looks, in my opinion, not very good. But yeah, she looks so much better with her face done. So anyway, there she is, and she's beautiful and I love her. So proud. I do want to get the rest of the deities in the series, but I'm trying to wait until I get her finished. So that will be another day. So there is her. Okay, I think that is it for all of my cross-stitching progress. Yeah, lots of like little stitches on like a bunch of different things. That's typically me. Yeah, if I think about something, I'll grab it, stitch on it until I get distracted or bored, and then grab something else. Most of the time I get distracted, not bored. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Okay, so if you're only here for the cross stitching, then thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate every single one of you. If you were staying on to talk about possible plans, tattoo, we got some some crochet for Halloween. So yeah, we're gonna start talking about that right now. So first things first, I started my Harry Potter sleeve. So as a tattoo. I'll show it in just a second. So I have been wanting a Harry Potter tattoo for a while. I've planned a couple of different ones, but I didn't know which one I wanted. So I ended up going with this one. And at first it was just gonna be kind of like a small like forearm thing like here. And then I was like, no, I'm going big. So it's gonna be a whole sleeve from wrist to shoulder, and my next session, which should be a fair bit more done, is this next Friday, so in like a week. So yeah, here it is. I'm not gonna do a close-up just because I haven't lotioned it, because I've been trying to film, and I don't know if I can show this very well actually. I'll insert a picture of it as well. But here it is. So we got the snitch, the golden snitch flying underneath Hogwarts. Can I do it like this? Oh, there we go. I think that's better. So we got the wings, and then we got like a cartoon version of Hogwarts. And then a little bit of the cliffside. Yeah, super excited. Like I said, I'm gonna be getting like a bunch of different details all up and down my arm. It's basically gonna be like a stamped type thing. So think of a detail, put it on, think of a detail, put it on. And that's kind of how I stitch as well. So it's gonna be perfect. Next up we have some crochet. So it's almost Halloween, and my kids, I always make my kids costumes. Last year I made pumpkin and a penguin. This year my older boy wanted a shark, Bubba, and Sissy wanted a kitty cat. So here is the shark. So we got a shark hat basically that I've attached to like a cape like thing with its side fins, its shark fin, and its tail. Now I know the shark is supposed to have like a tail that's like this, but I couldn't figure out how to do that, so it is what it is, and it's for a small toddler, so it's fine. But I will go ahead and insert a picture of what it looks like on right here. So cute, it turned out so good, and so I'll be making another one for Teeny Tiny, which I really need to get going because it's Sunday today and Halloween is Tuesday, but I'm really good at getting things done when I procrastinate and then just bust it out. I don't know why, but yeah, so super excited about this. It's super soft, he loves it, and yeah. Okay, everybody, it's after Halloween, and I actually finished this the day of Halloween, but I finally got it done, so here's Teeny Tiny Shark, and it is absolutely adorable. Next up, I finished my daughter's. The only thing I have to do for her is make her like a tie-on tail and then paint her face. Of course, she's wearing it right now because she won't take it off, which is a good thing. You know, that means that she likes it, and I did good, but I definitely had some struggles with the hood on hers. I had to rip it out and redo all of it, and I will, that will make sense in just a second. I will insert the picture of what it looks like now right here. So yeah, it looks so much better, and this is what it looked like before I fixed it. Yeah, me and her were laughing so much because we thought that it looked like a cow. The ears were just way too floppy and too big. So I switched that, and I also ripped out the entire hood because I just didn't like how it was fitting. And these patterns I make up. I make up crochet patterns just because I have a hard time following patterns or finding things that I like to do. So I tend to make them all up. So they all have little quirks or like things that are like messed up, but everyone really likes them and it's totally fine. But yes, she won't take hers off. Hopefully it doesn't get ruined before Halloween. Hopefully it's sturdy enough for that. Yeah. Oh, I do have one more cross stitch. Oh gosh. Well, hopefully you all stayed until the end. Let's see. So this one is Stardew Valley. I'll insert the picture of it right here. So this is a pattern that my husband got for me when I was midst morning sickness and wasn't stitching, or had just stopped stitching because I was pregnant with my youngest son, and it was so sweet. And so I just restarted this recently. I talked about it last video, but I did start filling in some more stitches right here. But I'm missing a couple colors, which is driving me crazy because I went to the craft store to finish kitting this up, but they were out of like 3 or 4 of the colors that I still need, and I'm like, why? Like, I really need to just kit this up so I can just stitch it, because I just recently switched this to 18 count instead of 28 count. As you can see how it's gridded, they do it by 5s, which is really confusing. I wish they did it by 10s, the designer. But I did make some significant progress on this. Basically, these 2 lines are completely new, just trying to fill them all in, and yeah, you can see some of the missing holes there. But it's looking so good so far. I'm really liking it. I just need to try and get those missing stitches or colors because it's really driving me crazy. Okay, now that is all of the stitching and plans I talked a little bit about earlier, but I would like to start journaling again. I think that will help with the no new starts and filming, trying to figure out what I did and did not stitch on. So there's that. So no new starts at least until July 1st. And then I might just do maybe like one new start a month maybe, just to kind of allow myself a little bit of fun, but not too much fun because yeah, I have way too many WIPs and it's getting really hard to pick what I want to stitch on because I want to stitch on everything. So there's that. What else is there? I think that's it. I need to start kitting up my heids because I'm dying to stitch on them. I need to finish doing my floss organization. I still have a bag of like floss bags that need to go like be sorted and put into their storage. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that I need to talk about. Oh, we're starting a raven pattern in just a couple of days on Halloween. By we, I mean Abby and Sally and myself. The traveling pattern. Oh, the traveling pattern. I am going to be starting a new traveling pattern, so stay tuned for that. I'm in the process of trying to pick what design I want to do. So I think the three like genres are going to be Harry Potter, a mermaid or dragon, like kind of like fantasy basically, or Disney. So if you have a preference on what you would like to stitch, if you want to stitch or be a part of the traveling pattern 2024, leave a comment down below and let me know what your vote is, because I'm in the process of picking the design that we will like vote on or you can sign up for. So that we'll be doing that here soon. I'm just picking the patterns so they can get shipped. I can do the unboxing videos for them, and then we can go ahead and start doing the drawing or the opt-in for it. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I have no idea if I've forgotten something or what have you, but there is my full Flosstube update. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, and I showed you guys everything. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate every single one of you. It's really nice to have a bunch of stitching friends from afar, so thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Send me an email or send me an Instagram message. I am happy to talk to all of you. Yeah, I hope you all stay safe, stay warm, and take care. Bye.